I want to know, have you ever wanted to do something so bad that you made a way to make it happen, even though you knew that it probably wasn't in your best interest? And sometimes things don't come about because there's a reason for it. Now, I say that because junior high, middle school is what they call it now, was a trip. It was really a trip. And there are things that we did or that I did in junior high that I look back on now and go, the lesson in it. That's what we're going to talk about. Junior high, middle school, walking across town. Let's talk. Was there something in your life that you wanted to do so bad that you were like, I'm going to make a way? I am going to make a way. Even if it's painful or goes against something or whatever it may be that was in your mind, that was playing in your mind. But you said, I'm going to make a way to make this happen. Fast forward or fast reverse to middle school. Junior high is what we used to call it, and then it switched to middle school. And I don't even know what that was about, but I'm sure there was a political reason for it. Anyway, I wanted to go skating. We went skating like every Friday in middle school. I mean, every Friday. It was the thing to do. If you wasn't there, then you weren't the cool kid, or you weren't the in group, or you couldn't afford it, or something went down if you weren't at the skating ring on Friday evening. So I wanted to go really bad. And my mom said, that's cool, you can go because, all my friends are going to be there and everything like that. And I was like, yes. And she said, but you need to make sure you have a ride home. Now, if you grew up like I grew up, and remember, there was six of us, so traipsing all over town was not the business. And if you wanted to go somewhere, you needed to make sure you had a ride there or a ride back or both. So I wanted to go to skate with my friends and all of the school people that were going to be there. And I was determined. And yes, when I was asked, did I have a ride to get back home? I said yes, because I knew a lot of my friends would be there. So I didn't see why I probably couldn't get a ride. Now, keep in mind, I didn't check beforehand with any of these said friends or their parents if they would mind taking me home after skating. But did I bother to ask any of my said friends if I could have a ride? I did not. But I was busy and determined, and I said, I'm going to skate and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to be hanging out with my friends. So that's what I did. I went skating. I had fun. I've never been like one of those skaters who can skate backwards and do all the tricks and crossovers and all of that, and especially couldn't do it in junior high. But hey, I could roll around. I could roll around and make it look halfway cool. And I was going to the beat, it was like, okay, okay, good song would come on. And it's like, I got this, I got this. But boy, when the couple skates come on, did anybody else out there have anybody to couple skate with? Now, not that I didn't have anybody, sometimes you get a group of your girlfriends that would go out there or there's always a few dating that was dating someone, and we get out there and hold hands and go around in circles. And if you were really good, you were doing the slow dance couple skate where you put your arms around their neck, they around your waist, and one's going backwards, the other one's following. Yeah, you had to be super advanced to be able to do that, of which I was not. So we're out there having fun. We're talking, laughing, doing what junior high kids do, middle school kids do, and just not a care in the world. Time is going on, time is going on. We're chit-chatting, hee-haw, and doing all the things. Having fun, like we should be having fun as kids. So it's getting close to the time when it's almost time to go home. So it's almost time to go home, and I'm chit-chatting with the people and having fun and not worried about anything because we're kids. We don't worry about anything. We're just except for does so and so like me, or am I part of the in group? And that's stressful enough. That is stressful enough because we're always trying to fit in somewhere. And if you remember my Calvin Klein jean story podcast episode, and I was talking about how I lied about having so many pairs just because I wanted to fit in with the group that I was talking with. Peer pressure is real in junior high school, in middle school. It's a real thing. And now it's starting even earlier in elementary school. It's I've got to belong to this group for whatever reason. I've got to feel accepted. I have to feel that I am a part of something. And that is a strong feeling when you're younger. It's strong when you're an adult also, but it's a stronger feeling when you're younger. And especially if you're an only child, I can imagine that you have it a little bit harder because you are by yourself at home beside your parents or whoever raised you. And you depend on them for your companionship, or you have your imaginary friends, or you just use your imagination and create your own world. But you get to school and you're longing for that companionship, for that societal grouping or belonging. And when you're in middle school, it's like a very strong pull. And it's kind of hard to resist sometimes. So you throw up whatever to make it like you're a part of that in group or you're a part of a group. Now, right or wrong, it's something that we do or that we did back then to belong. And a lot of times, the things we do in life is because we want to feel that we belong somewhere, or that we belong to a group, or that we're a part of something. There are times when we take actions that we should not have taken, or do things that we should not have done, or say things that we should not have said because we are trying to belong. We are not confident enough or not trusting enough in our own self worth or in our own self value that we are fine just as we are, just as who we are. So we try to fit in to some kind of, I won't say mold, but some kind of area that may not even be for us. It may not even be for us. It's kind of like they say, taking a square peg and trying to push it into a round hole. Yeah, sometimes we just won't be that fit. And that's usually for our better, because the things we try to fit into or that we try to become a part of, most of the time is probably not good for us. And sometimes that fit doesn't work because that's for our protection. That's God protecting us from something He sees that's not going to benefit us. But man, who is the one that's going to push to try to make that square peg fit in the round hole? I have done it, and I'm sure you have done it too. If you've done that, drop it in the comments. We will try to make a way to fit somewhere where we probably don't belong, where probably no one wants us in that group for real, whatever it may be, to where you've forced yourself to fit in and you really are supposed to be standing out. And standing out in actuality and standing out figuratively. because what you have on the inside of you is your shining moment, is what you use to shine in the world. But when we're dimming that, or when we're carving it to fit into someone else's mold, then we're doing ourselves a disservice. We're going against our own self-worth and our own being to try to be what someone else wants us to be. And it's just not good. So encourage yourself